If you're struggling with your R070 coursework, especially how to actually build your AR prototype, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you exactly how to use Canva to create a simulated AR experience, including animations, layers, and interactions that meet the exam requirements. By the end of this video, you will have a clear structure you can apply directly to your own project. The model prototype we are going to create must include scenes, animations, user interactions such as click and tap effects. And Canva is allowed as an alternative software in the set assignment R070. You are asked to create a simulated AR experience, not just static slides. So remember, this isn't just a slideshow. The work we're going to create must include interactions, movement, and the illusion of depth to simulate AR. Let's get started. Right, so to start with, we're going to click on Create, and we'll click on Presentation. So that is presentation mode. By now, you should already know the orientation you want to go with. If it's landscape or portrait, that should be in your wireframes and your design tools, so you know exactly what you are going for. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using portrait orientation. So I'll click on Resize, Custom Size, and I will change the units to inches, and I'll change that to 10 inches by 20 inches. That is going to create a very good portrait layout for me. So I'll click on Resize the design, and it will take. That's it. We have the orientation. The next thing we're going to do is to right click it, get on our background, and select a suitable background. I will go for, I think that is okay. Then after that, we click on elements, and then I'll type phone frame. This is going to give me some frames for a portrait design. You can type a landscape phone frame if you're going for landscape. So I'll go for that. And I will position it properly in the center. I need to put my image as a background here. So I will go back to my uploads. I've got some images already uploaded. So I'll pull that, drag it, and leave it here. Double click it, and then position it properly to wherever you deem fit. Well, I think this should be very good. Now this should be blurred a bit. So what I'm going to do is to select it, go to Edit, and under Edit, I'll click on See All, and then go to Blur, select Whole Image, and then increase the intensity to 40, close it, and then this is better, so I can overlay my assets without making my work cluttered. Now that I have this, I'm going to add my text. So what we're doing currently is to add assets. So I'll go to my text, add a text box or a heading, and then type the name of the company. I'm going to call this company, let's say Benny Shop. And once I have this, I think I should be in caps. So, and I'll increase the font size to maybe 90. This is good. Let me just make it 85. Good. You can change the fonts if you want. I'll maintain the fonts I have. I'll go to effect and add an effect, which will add a yellow. Yeah, I think I like this. And then add an animation to it. Choose any animation you deem fit. I think I'll go for that one. Now that is quite big. I'll change it to 80, and then it will fit in the font frame. Let's check. Yeah, it fits properly. Okay, we've got that. Next thing I'm going to do is also to add I wouldn't be adding more animations now because we are just adding assets. So I'll add, go back to elements, and then I'll type fruits logo, and I think this is good. Then I'll go back to element and type maybe next button, and I will add this also somewhere here. That is for my scene 1. I'll right click it, duplicate it, or press Ctrl D, and then I'll delete the font frame, delete everything, because it's quite difficult using when you're using frames, and I wouldn't want to waste your time. So I'll go back here and I'll create a template that looks like a phone. So I'll go back to elements and type shape. In shape, I will go for the first one, and then it's a resizable shape. So I'm going to create my own shape to look like a phone. Yeah. Now that I have this, I'll click on the border and then increase the stroke weight. And then after I increase it, I will go back to my corner rounding and then I'll change that to 80. Yeah, this creates rounded corners, just like you using border radius in CSS. Now I'm just going to change the border outline color. So I will click on that, go down and select gradient. You can see some parts, a portion of it is white and a portion of it is black. Go back to the top on document colors and click on plus. And here I am also going to click on plus. I have two colors here. Select the first one, which is black, and change that to gray. Drag that, click it and drag it to the center, and then click on that one. Now it creates that grayish outline around, which to me I think is quite good. I'm now going to add my assets. So I'm going to add some fruits. I'm using this asset because I'm not permitted to use the set assignment for any project online. And so I'm using this, but this should be the same scenario for every R070 coursework. So go back there and type 3D fruits. Yeah. Type it under element, sorry. So go to element 3D fruits. And right here we have loads of them. I'll go for the first one. Now, if you wonder why I didn't use the phone frame here, there is a way I have to do it, which will take a lot of time. For example, if I should drag this here, it's going to be filled in the phone. Can you see that? And then you can't move it around. You have to create frames for each of the fruits, and I don't want to take most of the time creating frames. So I'll just add the fruits here, and that's why I created my own shape here. And then add one here, add one there, and add one. Should we go for, let's see what they have in stock. I think we can go for the apple. Now what I want to create is this. When a user clicks on any of these, it has to move to the center, zoom in, add some instructions, and when a user click on it back, it's going to move back to its current position. So I think it's a bit too big, so let's just resize them again. so we'll have enough space to create the zoom effects. Where right, so we have this. We'll duplicate it. This time around I'll press Ctrl D, and then it's duplicated. So right here I'm going to add the elements. So first thing I'll type is splash shapes, and in splash shapes I have many shapes here, so I'll pick the first one for banana. So go to text box. I already have the text created, so I'll paste it here, and then I will increase the font size to, let's say, 20. Now that I have that, I'm going to resize it and put this here. Zoom it. Better. Click on bold. Yeah, no animations yet, so we'll duplicate it again. And in this, drag that here. That's the third one. Let's label our screen so we don't confuse ourselves. So this we'll call the welcome screen, or welcome. This we will call options, and this we will call that we will call banana. What is this? That's grapes. Okay, so we call this grapes. Then we will duplicate again. We'll call that melons, watermelons. So we do it again. Click heading, and then tap on fruits. Change the color to white. Let's change the fonts to okay. Right, so we have our grapes. So from options we have our grapes. We go to elements and type splash shapes, and in the splash shapes I will go for that one, for the melon, and for the grapes, sorry, I'll bring the grapes here. It's going to be a bit bigger, yeah, and we're going to add a text and here. Okay, then we go to the melon. We go back to elements. Let's choose any of the splash screens. We put that here.
Just copy the text and paste it here to make it easy. This time the melon will move. I think I'll leave this for here now. What I'm going to do is I will use a different format, so I'll just bring them back to their positions, leave this here, and then go back there. I'll take this for now. We'll do this later. Let's just leave it there for now. And yeah, the last one is the apple. So I'll just go back to, let's just copy all of this to make our work a bit easier. Control C. I'll click here, apple, Control V, bring this here, and then I will just change the text here. Okay, so we have everything here. We have so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. This that has the same color, so let's click that and change this to a different color. All right, we will duplicate it again, so click duplicate, and this time around we're going to change this scene's name to exit. And in the exit scene, we're going to delete everything. Let's just type exit. I'll put this there. Yeah. And then I will tap. Let's just make it tap button. Right, so click on tab button, and I will click this, change it to white, and I think, yeah, when you click on that, you will exit. It takes you back to home, and that should be the end. Right, so these are our assets. Let's just preview our assets and see if everything is just as we want it. So currently we have no animation. Yeah. So for now we have these assets. We're going to start adding animations. Right, so to add animations, I'll click on fruits, click on animations. I will go to scroll down. I like to use tectonic, so I'll click it. Let me use I'll rather use chroma wave for this, and then add a flicker to it, and then use the tectonic for the next. So I'll go back and use tectonic for next, so it will just go that way. So that's for scene 1. We go to scene 2. I think it would be better to use a pan, because we just want this to pan in. Gentle animation, we're not adding too much animations, light animations. Yeah, so they are going to pan in, and tap a fruit is also going to be let's just give it a pause. So it's going to pause like that, and then we go to the next scene. So here, this belongs to grapes. So when a user taps on grapes, what is going to happen is we will duplicate this grape. So duplicate this grape. So we have grape, 3 grape and 4 grapes. So the first one is when a user taps on it, and the second one is going to move. So to move, click on animation, animate, select the grip, click on animate here, and then in animate, I'll select it again, sorry. In animate, click create animation. Now here, you're just going to drag slowly to wherever you want it to be. So I'm taking it here and it's going to move that way. I think it's moving behind, so I'll click layer and then I'll bring layer. I think it's already show layer, so let's click on layer, show, and we're going to bring it to the front. Now that we click it again, we can change the original to steady so it moves smoothly. And then we are going to maybe increase the speed again a bit. Right, when it gets there, we want it to zoom in. So to zoom in, we're going to duplicate it again. So fit one, and at that point, we click this, remove, delete the part, and then bring it to wherever it was supposed to have been, and then make it a bit bigger. We duplicate it again, and this time around, we make it smaller, and then we animate it back to its position. So create, then you bring it back here. And then steady. Let's just check what we've done for that. Let's just click. Okay. All right. Right. We're going to add smoother animations to make it much better. This is done. Then we will add animations to all of these. So animate. Here, I'll animate it. Let's just add a shift. And then that's, I'll add breathe. So we go to the melon and we animate it. And we're going to add a breathe as well to this. We click it, duplicate it. We're going to animate it, create animation, drag it right there, and then steady, duplicate again, right here we delete the animations, and then we bring the watermelon right here and zoom it a bit. So we increase the size. Here we duplicate it again. This time we make it a bit smaller, and then we will animate it back to its position. And steady. We'll do the same thing for the remaining videos, which is the banana and the apple. So I'm going to speed the video at this point, and we will continue from there when I'm done. Right, now that we are done, let's quickly go through slideshow. So this is just a slideshow like PowerPoint. We've not added triggers. So Great. Let's see. Right, we're now seeing it's moving. Yeah. All right, it's moving. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, when you click, nothing happens. It's meant to start on the screen, main screen, but that's not working now because we've not added triggers and transitions. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to add transitions. So we click right in between these two um, pages, click on it, and then click on add transitions. It's going to open right here, and we're going to use the match and move feature. So click match and move, scroll down and click on apply between all pages. So you're going to see this sign in all of these pages when I click it. Now you see that. If we go back to check, now you can see that when I click it, now you can see it moves, and it moves, it zoom in and zoom out. This will zoom in, it zoom in and zoom out. Yeah, right. So the only thing left is to add our triggers. So we go to scene one, we click on this next. We want this to link to that scene, which is from welcome. We go to options. So right click it, go to link, and then select options. Done. You go back to the options. This banana should link to the first banana page. So we're finishing that for banana. So go back to link, and it should link to uh, banana 15. So let's go to banana 15. So 15 banana, it takes us there. When we click on that, we link it to 16 banana. We go to 16, we click it, we link it to 17. 17, we go to 17, we click it, it should go back to 18. We go to 18, and 18 should go to exit. So 18 goes to exit, and we go to exit, and exit should go to welcome. That's it. So banana is taken care of. We go back to welcome, select welcome, and we go to grapes. Now we right click grapes, link. That should go to 3 grapes. We go to 3 grapes, we click it, it should go to 4 grapes. We go to 4 grapes, we click it, it should go to 5 grapes if there's any. So 5 grapes, we go to 5 grapes, we click it, it should go to 6 grapes. We go to 6 grapes, we click it, it should go to exit. We're done for grapes. Let's start again. Preview. Now it flickers. I'll click next. Now it works. Tap any fruit. I'll go to banana. Now that moves. Oh, it goes back. Let's click it. Okay, good. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you for your time. I hope you like this video. See you again next time.